Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today, we are going to talk a little bit about reading and speaking better. Now, the whole point of making weekly lessons and also presenting them to you in audio with podcasts like this every day is hoping that you'll use them to shadow. So they're not just here for your general entertainment. The idea is that you copy my voice, you listen, you imitate. You don't need to understand everything I say. You just need to jump in and imitate what I say in much the same way as a child would imitate a mother's voice or a father's voice. The understanding comes later. But what usually happens is that people, they tend to learn all the words, but they don't learn how to say them. So as a result, you have people with very good English with very bad accents. And my dream is that you'll choose to reverse that by copying my voice or someone else's voice in order to make yourself sound better. Now, it's very easy to do. People keep asking me, I want a particular special shadowing episode from you. People often tell me, why don't you, make some podcasts just for shadowing? But I always say, all my podcasts are for shadowing. British people, we don't come with remote controls where you can slow us down or make us talk faster for your enjoyment, entertainment, or education. This is the way we speak. So rather than me talking very slow so you can copy me, it's better you just get used to the speed I talk. I do talk a little bit slower, maybe, than some people. I wouldn't say I talk slower. I would say I talk clearer. That's maybe the difference. So just jump in, copy my words, and enjoy the ride. You don't need to worry about what I'm saying. Just try to repeat my words. More specifically, my sounds, okay? And the more you do that, the easier it gets. Those of you who've had lessons with me, I've probably shared with you the 50 sounds of English, so you can use that as a guide. Right, okay, so now that we've established what the purposes of these podcasts are, when you're talking generally to other people, just notice your breathing, because most of us don't breathe properly. We take a big deep breath in, and then we hold the breath inside, and we talk from this place of stress. So what I want you to do, first of all, is take a big deep breath in and out, in and out, just like the way you do when you're going to have a baby. Yeah. So take a big deep breath in and out. And when you breathe out, try to push the words on your breath. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to read a fairly innocent story, if I can find one in today's media. The headlines today almost certainly aren't friendly, that's for sure. But I'm just going to read something here. And notice that I take a big deep breath in and push the words out on my breath. Okay, here we are. So, the largest Scottish freshwater pearl found in living memory is being auctioned nearly 6 decades after its discovery. The Abernethy Pow is expected to fetch between 40,000 and 60,000 pounds when it goes under the hammer on August 21st. Weighing 43.6 grains, the Pow was discovered in 1967 by William Abernethy, who has been credited as Scotland's last dedicated Pow fisherman. The practice was banned in Scotland in 1998. Well, very interesting. So you can hear that. Big deep breath in and out. Okay, by the way, for those of you who are actually interested in this story, a pow is the thing that you find inside a shell in the bottom of the ocean. It's like a little thing that you find inside an oyster, or you find it inside a little shell. It's like a little piece of valuable jewelry. It says here it will go under the hammer. That simply means auctioned. Auction, there we are. So these are just a few little tips for you to be speaking better. Deep breath in and out. It's very relaxing to speak in that way, you know, especially if you're doing presentations, because you don't keep the energy inside, you release it as you release your words. Right, many headlines in the newspaper today, and as I'm speaking through these, I want you just to notice exactly where I'm breathing. Also, I'd like you to notice my intonation, putting my voice up and down, because it's really very, very important. Because if you read news stories like this, I'll just assume you're going to work for the Vatican, or alternatively, people aren't going to understand you. When I hear people talking without intonation, after a while, my mind just drifts away. And I think about dinner, I think about the weekend, I think about the things I have to do, who I have to call, and then when I hear your voice finishing, then I think, oh, they finished, have they? Oh. So you see, intonation is very important to hold people's attention. Let's just read some of these headlines today. Now, there's some really gritty headlines today, really. These aren't friendly, just to warn you. So they finally identified the boy who had a knife in Stockport. They've identified him. He's named in all the papers. No connection to Islam whatsoever. So the protests of the other night were based on wrong information. The police are being told to take more action against protesters. These are all headlines of today. Our doctors also are planning to go on strike. That's another big headline. The doctors in England, not across the four nations, the doctors in England are planning to take action because they feel they're not getting enough money, and they're planning to do something which is called work to rule. And that means only accepting the bare minimum of clients every day and not doing everything that they could do. And that's expected to go on for months. So doctors in England will still be open, but it may be much harder for people to get an appointment. And it's going to put strain on our National Health Service. So one of the headlines says, GPs' industrial action will hit patients hard. Another headline here today is, this isn't sport, it's man beating women for entertainment. And there's a lot of anger because two women who've been boxing in the Olympics, one defeated the other in 46 seconds. And even though both of these women have male genetic characteristics, which is a condition called differences in sex development. One of them defeated the other within, well, seconds. And J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter author, Sharon Davis, an Olympic commentator, are both saying males should not be fighting against females. But genetically, they are both females. So I don't quite know where that story is going. That's another headline of today. Andy Murray's last career match is over. It says game set and last match. Tearful, Andy's career is over. More headlines all about this teenage killer, this sad story about the young man with the knife who killed a few people. And that, I think, is about it. Another headline here, the introverted church choir boy accused of killing 3 little girls. So, as I mentioned earlier, this boy has nothing to do with Islam. Many of you have been asking me in English lessons, oh, you know, is this because of immigration? Is this because of Islam? Is this some kind of terrorist thing? Well, as you can hear there, it has nothing to do with that. It's a boy who is very introverted. He was a member of a church, and clearly something went wrong somewhere. So that's also another headline. As well as a BBC reporter who's got himself into trouble with the law as well. And that's it from me. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember, deep breath in, push the words out. That's the most important thing. Intonation, putting your voice up and down. And as you can hear when I was talking there, just stretching your words as well. That's really important. Okay, that's it from me. See you soon. Bye.